Pelosi caught playing with something nasty at State of the Union. Didn't know camera was on her, by Cat Stevens for FreedomDaily.com. If you had the chance to watch last night's State of the Union address by President Trump, you know that it was an emotionally charged event. The president honored some very deserving service members, police, and families who had lost someone this year. He also did what we all expected, which was to recap the nation's victories this year as pertains to jobs and the economy, and stressed our need for more border security and immigration reform. Also, just as expected, the left retained their seats for most of the night, handing out applause in stingy amounts and generally looking like they were born drinking pickle juice and had been sucking lemons ever since. The queen of the Sourpuss Brigade was, of course, their real-life leader, Nancy Pelosi. The Washington Times reports that she is making headlines just with her facial expressions. President Donald Trump delivered what most hailed as a very strong State of the Union speech that hit the high points, addressed the low points, and soothed and smoothed over the partisan points. And through it all, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi managed to maintain a scowl. Other Democrats may have their hands sitting, but when it comes to expressing distaste with this president, Pelosi takes the cake. Bluntly put, the woman looked pissed. Now, it's true others in her party managed to convey dissatisfaction during the speech. There's this from former White House spokesman Sean Spicer. The group not clapping for historically low Black and Hispanic unemployment are Democrats, in case you were wondering. But nobody did do her like Pelosi. Somebody ought to make a montage of her State of the Union face. It's classic Democrat disgust and can no doubt be used time and again as a pictorial expression of scorn in future news and blog reports. However, Pelosi's sour faces weren't the end of her delightful surprises for the evening. As we all know, Pelosi is rather advanced in years, and as much as everyone in Congress wants you to believe that they're a bunch of spring chickens still functioning at 100%, that might not be the case. As it turns out, Pelosi let a little bit of her age slip when she didn't know that the camera was on her. The Daily Wire reports that cameras and commentators alike were shocked and a little grossed out by what they saw Pelosi doing while the president was speaking. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi put on her sourpuss face for President Donald Trump's first State of the Union address and appeared to be playing with her dentures. Pelosi, who sat and did not clap for much of the night, was caught on camera appearing to be adjusting something in her mouth, as several media personalities quickly pointed out that they believe she was playing with her dentures. Bill O'Reilly, the camera just found Congresswoman Pelosi again. Looks like there's something wrong with her dentures. Dave Rubin, anyone got a link with just a camera on Nancy Pelosi trying to get that piece of spinach out of her dentures at the State of the Union? Mike Dice, Nancy Pelosi is playing with her dentures again and not applauding when Trump calls for unity between the two parties. As disgusting as Pelosi's gross habit is, it appears to just be an absent-minded habit that she has when she's thinking/plotting about something important. Her entire body language shows just how frustrated she is with the entire night. And she wasn't alone. Everyone who watched Tuesday night's speech could tell that the Democrats were not happy at all with the president when the president had to say about the State of the Union at a time when the president called for unity. They couldn't be bothered to stand or show appreciation, even when the president talked about a decrease in unemployment among the minorities that they so loudly actually cater to. The Washington Examiner reports that White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders spoke on this very issue in an interview with CNN. White House Press Secretary Sanders said Wednesday that House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi is a symbol of Democrats' bitterness towards President Trump and said Democrats would be better off if she smiled sometimes. She was reacting to a question on CNN about Pelosi's dour reaction to Trump's State of the Union address, during which he was mostly unresponsive. I think Nancy Pelosi looks like that all the time, Sanders said on CNN. I think she should smile a lot more often. I think the country would be better off for it. Let's take a listen to that.
How can he unify that room?
I think doing exactly what he did last night, and I'm going to be a little bit in disagreement with you. I think Nancy Pelosi looks like that all the time. I think she should smile a lot more often. I think the country would be better for it. She seems to kind of embody the bitterness that belongs in the Democrat Party right now. I think last night was a good step forward. Hopefully they can let go of some of that, and they have to make a big decision. They need to decide, Chris, do they love America more than they hate this president? And are they willing to put some of those differences aside, come together, and do what's right for this country?
I like it when she said she seems to kind of embody the bitterness that belongs to the Democratic Party right now. Yep, yeah. Sanders added. Sanders also said Pelosi and Democrats have to make a big decision about whether they will continue to let their hatred of Trump get in the way of getting things done. They need to decide, do we love America more than they hate this president, and they are willing to put some of those differences aside, come together and do what's right for this country, she asked. Every president wants the other party to come together. That's what they all say because they want to be able to unify the two parties. It helps them get more done. But usually it's on big diplomatic issues that both parties will never agree on. In this case, it's on issues that are going to make the lives and pocketbooks of every American better. But since it's not something that they were given permission to be happy about, they kept their seats and any chance of standing for a change. Nope. This tweet says it best. Red State 2020, kid, why doesn't anybody on the other side stand up? Parent, those are liberals, sweetheart. They don't stand for anything. Sad but true. Absolutely. Yep, that's it. Look how they look. They look like they're half asleep, angry, looking, sort of out of it. They're not enjoying this. They don't stand for the country, and people should wake up to that fact. They say there's about 4 or something percent that you can't change them no matter what. But look, people are waking up slowly but surely to this disgrace. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.